Howdy, folks. Well, I'm sitting here with Nick Duggan. Nick is a Shiatsu massage therapist. He's an acupuncturist. He goes very deep into Chinese medicine, basically. He's been doing it for many, many years. And I just came back from what did we call it? A cupping, eh? Right.
So we did some Shiatsu and some cupping, yeah.
Some Shiatsu and some cupping. And there's another video linked in the description. You can go check it out. It was a very interesting experience. But now we are here to learn more about Nick. So Nick, you were born and bred in South Africa, right?
Born and bred in South Africa, yeah. Then
And
until
then-
I was 18, and then
Till
started
you were
traveling.
18. And what made you decide to start traveling?
I think the first thing I went to go meet some friends, they went to the kibbutz, and
Yeah.
we met in London after that. I was meant to go visit them for a holiday, and I just never came back.
Stayed in London for
Stayed
how
in
long?
London. That was probably on and off for about 8 years,
Okay.
yeah. And then traveled a lot while I was there. And then from there, Brazil for many years,
So a real travel bug.
real travel. Lived in China for a year,
Okay.
yeah.
And you studied this massage and everything. You were telling me, why did you get into it again?
So in Benoni, where I'm from, there was a nice kung fu school. So
Yeah.
I used to do there, and I remember I had a elbow pain once. And I went there, and an old Chinese guy fixed me, and I thought, no,
with
how did you do that?
acupuncture.
With acupuncture. So
Okay. And you were like, all right, cool. If you can fix that, that's good
yeah.
medicine.
So I always wanted to know how it worked, and from there, I knew I wanted to study. It just took a few years. So I started with Shiatsu, which is basically acupressure,
Yeah.
and then later on studied acupuncture. But yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And you studied that at varsity.
I studied that, the Shiatsu, it was a Shiatsu school, so I
Yeah.
would imagine that's a technical school. And then the acupuncture, I studied through a university in Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then as you travel, obviously those qualifications don't necessarily count in every new place. So you've
Yeah.
got to redo or do additional courses everywhere.
So here I'm a registered Shiatsu therapist, but they wouldn't give me the acupuncture and the massage. So I'm happy.
Okay.
It's the main thing that I work with. Even when I studied the other things, it was still Shiatsu, the Japanese form.
Okay, yeah. So over here you can't do acupuncture. Well,
No.
you can't sell acupuncture
sell,
because you. And what would it take to become an acupuncturist here?
5 years full-time study.
Goodness gracious! Even though
Yeah.
you have a qualification.
Yeah, it's different. It's different styles of acupuncture, and you'd have to go through their specific syllabus and all of that.
Okay, well that's interesting. So now, Nick, the next question.
Tell me.
How long have you been in Canada?
Canada, 1 year and 1 month.
1 year and 1 month. So also very, very fresh. Just
Fresh, man,
even
fresh.
fresher than me.
Yeah.
Listen, and how did you end up coming to Canada?
So before here, we lived in Spain,
Yeah.
which was a gap in between living in Denmark for 5 years, and that's where my wife worked as a professor at the university there, and she got the same position here. So up at SFU, she's a Portuguese professor there.
Okay, so she teaches Portuguese at SFU.
She teaches Portuguese.
And she got the job, and that's when you decided to move
Yeah.
to Canada.
So there was many countries to choose from, and we said let's go to Canada, and she got the position. So it was incredible.
Excellent, man.
She's a clever girl.
It's quite handy if you have a wife that can teach Portuguese anywhere in the world, so
Yeah.
you get to move. How many different countries have you been to?
Lots. Visited lots, but lived in South Africa, England, Spain,
Denmark.
China. Yeah, I'd have to
Okay.
write them down.
A lot of them.
A
That's
lot, yeah.
interesting. I mean, that's amazing. And another question that I have for you is, what citizenship are you?
So I've got my South African,
Yeah.
I've got British, even though I was born in South Africa, my parents are from England. And I've got, because I had my daughter, I've got Brazilian now as well, so I can live in those 3 countries.
Okay, but I assume you're not going to try and get Canadian citizenship either.
Because we're on contract,
Yeah.
my wife's here on contract, we didn't know which route to take. So maybe if we stay longer, we'll apply for our PR. But for now, we're just seeing
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure with the passports you have, you can pretty much go anywhere in the world anyway, so it's not that hard.
Yeah.
And how are you enjoying Canada?
Oh, so nice. Yeah, we love it. We live up at SFU, so after a day out in central Vancouver, where there's a lot going on, it's good to just get back to the mountain. It's just relax. Myself and my wife, we actually went for a walk yesterday.
Yeah.
We thought somebody's been clearing out the bike tracks and everything, and we heard. My wife said somebody's cut them. So as we were walking a little bit further along, we started hearing this thing. We said, those must be the people that are clearing it down. Let's go down. So we went off the main road down into the sort of hiking path.
Yeah.
And we kept on hearing this noise. And we got a little bit further down, and there it was, that black bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just walking through, making all that noise. And we thought,
and you're like, okay, no, we're out of here.
So we just turned around, went back to the main street, and
yeah, that's one thing. I often say it's funny. You know, at first when I got here and people were like, oh, the lions in the streets in South Africa, I was like, oh, are you trying to be freaking funny? You know, are you like trying to be snotty or whatever? Yeah. Now I realize the reason they say it is because the black bears are in the streets over here. Right? You do see them around, right?
Yeah, definitely up there we see them.
All right, so anything else you want to say about Vancouver or Canada? You were saying that you get a lot of business. I mean, I would assume mostly from referrals and stuff like that.
Referrals, yeah, just people that I've met along the way, and yeah.
Okay.
It's going well. It can always go better, but
yeah, I would assume there's a lot of competition out here in Vancouver.
There's a lot, yeah.
In the massage and the Shiatsu and that world.
There's not a lot of Shiatsu here.
Okay.
But the massage, there's lots. But Shiatsu is something different, you know. And the way I work with the Shiatsu and the cupping, as you might have felt, it is something different. So for people that do go to people regularly, they do feel a difference in the style that I work with. So.
Interesting. And this is claimable by from some medical aid.
From some medical aid, Green Shield or Green Life.
Anyway,
I've got
you know
this
what?
too.
Send it to me and we'll put it in the description. So if you are in Vancouver and you are in Canada and you feel like a good Shiatsu massage, you can come swing by Nick and he'll take care of you, and you can claim it only from some of the medical plans. But, you know, if you are one of the lucky ones and you are on one, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
So, do you have a bunch of other South African friends? Do you know a bunch of other South Africans over here? Or?
No. Up in the mountain, I haven't. Maybe I've got to start wearing a...
You're going to start wearing a proper Biltong addict shirt, right?
But no, I haven't met many South Africans here. A lot of our friends up on the mountain are Brazilian. We know quite a big Brazilian community here, but not a lot of South Africans.
It's interesting because there's a huge South African community, actually. We've got, we're going on the 31st of March in Langley. We're doing a bit of a boerewors roll day there at the South African shop. So, I mean, you want to swing by and say, Howzit, you're welcome.
For sure, man.
All right, folks. So that's Nick. Nick,
awesome.
Lekker to meet you, and thanks for the massage. I really appreciate it.
Awesome, Carl.
You must have a good one, bud. Cheers.
Nice.